Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, recording a Warcraft Total War video. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, but there's a reason why I'm revisiting it. There have been many updates, especially recently. A lot of updates to this mod. I talked to the main mod creator of it, and he told me big stuff has been updated. And I might even do a new campaign, but this video we're going to be doing a Stormwind campaign faction preview. I've covered all the factions before, but I did this like 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a while, and many things have changed. A lot of the models have been updated. There are a lot of old ones, and we're going to take a look at them. But first, in this first army, I only have all the new units. So first we have the human pikemen. Really good. The cool thing is this is without the armor being upgraded. So previously, if you had the base level human units, they look kind of bad. You had to like upgrade their plate armor. But now, even at the most basic level, they look really good. And the human pikemen, I've talked about this before, they're okay. Kind of okay stats. No armor penetration, but they do have a bonus against cavalry. Then we have the human footmen, and same thing, even without the armor upgrades. Now they look really good. Previously, they looked pretty lame without the upgrade, so that's a nice improvement. Pretty decent stats. They could do a shield wall, which makes them more effective, so kind of like mid-tier infantry, like not too bad. Next up, we have the Stormwind Vanguard, and this unit has changed quite a bit, the way it looks. You can see the armor is definitely different, much more heavy looking, and just like before, it's a very good infantry unit because it has the effective against armor trait, armor penetration basically, so very solid infantry. Then we have the human sergeants, and they're okay. They can do the Schiltrom formation. They also have a bonus against cavalry, so kind of okay, not too bad. Then we have the Stormwind Royal Guard. I might be wrong. I think this might be a totally new unit, or if it did exist, it looked nothing like this. Like you can see, look at that. Like this looks like something from the more recent WoW expansions rather than something from vanilla WoW. Look at that, pretty sweet looking. Let's take a look at the. So this is okay. Now I remember. This is what they used to look like, and I mean they're pretty good. Honestly, I kind of wish they had the armor penetration trait, but still good attack, 14 attack, 17 defense, not too bad. Then we have paladins. Of course, we had paladins before. Let's see what they look like now. Okay, pretty cool looking. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the helmet change because I prefer when the face is like fully covered. Makes them look more Templar-like, more intimidating. But the stats are still crazy good. 14 attack, 24 defense, inspire friendly troops, armor penetration, scare enemy units. I mean, they're still like really amazing. But yeah, a shame about the helmets. But everything else does look good. Then we have human archers. I've talked about human archers before. They really change how they look. How now you can see their faces. Not a fan of that, but logically it makes sense. Archers usually wore helmets where you could see their face so they could have better vision. But I've talked about the human archers before being much better than you would expect, and that's because of the armor. It's the combination of them having the armor penetration trait and also long range. So they're honestly like really worth getting. Better than the next unit, the human crossbowmen. The crossbowmen, they're okay, but they have armor penetration, but they don't have the range of the longbowmen. So if you can spam one or the other, I would suggest doing the longbowmen. Then we have the riflemen. They're okay. Similar to the crossbowmen, they have armor penetration, but their range is not good as the longbowmen. Then we have Stormwind Marines. They're kind of like the riflemen, but they're better because they have long range. Also, they can hide easily, so you can like stealth them. So they can be used pretty effectively, like tactically. Missile attack 14, which is pretty good. For the riflemen, yeah, it's almost double the amount. So pretty good rifle unit. Next up, we're going to be looking at cavalry. We have regular human cavalry. You can see their armor got upgraded as well. It's honestly not that good. Pretty low attack, no special abilities. Now, this unit I'm pretty sure didn't exist before. The mounted human rifleman. Pretty sure this is a brand new unit. This should actually add something to the Stormwind arsenal. Could be pretty effective depending on how much ammo they have. Oh, they can shoot in circles, armor penetration. They scare enemy units. Interesting. Pretty good. I haven't actually tried these guys yet, but they seem pretty good. Then we have the Knight's Bodyguard. Oh wow, they look pretty good. Look at that. You have these like lion head pauldrons, lion head helmet. Take a look at the stats. Yeah, very good. 23 defense. That's a solid bodyguard unit. We also have human knights, which I think stat-wise are, yeah, they're the same as the bodyguard unit, so we don't have to talk about them. And then we have the steam engine, which I believe replaced something else. So I think it was called something else, but it was basically the same thing. But I heard now they're functional. One of the things that sucked about human factions before is that you had this unit, you could recruit them, but they were bugged. They weren't able to attack. Now they can actually attack, and they have crazy good stats. 20 melee attack, 20 missile attack, 40 defense. They have very long range missiles. They scare enemy units. Just like extremely good unit, and like in the past you couldn't even use them. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish off the video by quickly talking about units that already existed but that you know haven't changed. They look the same like in the previous video that I did on Stormwind. The flying machines, low melee attack, low missile attack, but you know they're flying. They're extremely quick moving. I feel like that should have been mentioned here. They move across. I think flying units in general in this mod are extremely quick. And also they're very durable. 23 defense, 3 hit points. Kind of, you know, I think they run out of ammo quickly. I think that's their weakness if I remember right. But pretty good unit. Now let's take it like a lot of the other old units. They're up here. Okay. This unit, never get them. They're horrible. They have low morale, low everything. Human Spear Militia, never get them. Definitely not worth getting at all. And what else do we have here? The AI kind of placed these guys, so it's kind of difficult. Okay, Spellcasters. Conjurers, they're pretty good, you know, because they're a Spellcaster unit. Magic units in general in this mod have the effective against armor trade, long-range missiles. That's going to be pretty good, definitely worth getting. In general, spellcaster units are worth getting. Then we have Stormwind Cavaliers. They're pretty good. Extremely high defense, 2 hit points. One of the best cavalry units in the mod. Definitely worth getting. Then we have Mounted Human Paladins. This is one of my favorite units, and because they're a flying unit, like I said about the flying machines, flying units are very quick. But not only is this unit very quick, they have high attack, armor penetration, 8 hit points, 33 defense. This is one of my favorite units. It's extremely good. Use it wisely. You can do like hit and run attacks. You can use it to flank the enemy very quickly because it's a flying unit, but it's also very strong and very durable. You can do crazy things with Mounted Paladins. Inspires friendly units, scares enemy units. Just, oh my god, maybe my favorite Stormwind unit. Always get these guys. Then we have mages. They're kind of like a stronger version of the conjurers, but I think they have worse range because they, yeah, so they do higher attack, but they don't have the range of the conjurers. Definitely worth getting. Like I said, spellcaster units are almost always good in this mod. Then we have the sword militia, just like the spear militia. They're not good. Never get them. They're horrible. Horrible morale. Never get them. They might only be worth getting as like a garrison, so that your cities have, you know, like public morale, because you have a, you know, they're cheap, so you can recruit them for that. Never actually use them in a battle. They're horrible. They're like they're really, really bad. Priests of the Holy Light, they're okay. They do kind of low damage, but they do have long range, so they're okay. They're not as good as the mages and the conjurers, though, but they're worth getting. Night's Watch Militia, they're just a militia unit, and just like with a sword and spear militia, I would only get them as a garrison unit. I wouldn't actually use them in battle. Then you have the trebuchet. It's basically the same as the trebuchet in vanilla Medieval 2. It's alright. I guess you can use it, but I would recommend using cannons instead. Speaking of cannons, here we have the mortar team. They're pretty good. They're very similar to, I believe they're pretty similar to the mortars in Medieval 2. So, you know, they're okay. Then we have the human great cannon. It's alright. It's alright. Like, not good, you know, it's good during siege battles. And then we have the bow militia. I would say out of all the militia units, the bow militia is worth using the most, because you're probably going to be using them from a distance, so their low morale is not going to punish you as much. But I still wouldn't use them. If you can recruit any of the other long range units, I would get those instead. But again, just like with the other militia units, these guys are worth getting just to keep as like a garrison unit. And then finally, last but not least, actually in this case they are kind of the least, the eagles. Just like with other flying units, they move very quickly, but oh man, I think out of all the flying units in this mod, these guys might be the worst. 5 attack, 3 defense. They do have armor penetration, but it's like, what are you even penetrating when your attack is this low? They also surprisingly scare enemy units, but I would not get these guys. They're not worth getting. They only have 1 hit point. They're pretty terrible. But yeah, that's about it. That's the whole updated Stormwind unit roster. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you guys are interested, I might cover the other human factions, which have also been updated. But yeah, gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.